This infomercial is brought to you by Patriot Picker. Are you at home with the kids and bored? Are the kids bored? Why not get the board game called ATM Action? This is an exciting game you want to play with your kids. What's the object? Be the one that has the most money at the end of the game. The cool thing about this game is it teaches your kids financial responsibility. And in this day and age, we can all learn a little bit from that. So go and check out our store. That's Fred and Charlie, all one word, and pick up a game of ATM Action. Hey guys, Patriot Picker here. My name is Chris. We're down in the eBay bunker this morning. If you're new to my channel, I am a part-time reseller out of Virginia, and our channel is all about you following along our adventure as we head toward the goal of one day possibly becoming full-time. Right now, we are about 8 months in to reselling on eBay, and we make videos to show you what we source. We make videos to show you what we sell, and give you tips and advice if you're looking to get into the reselling world as well. So, got a few items that have sold recently. I want to talk about those real quick. All right, so our first item is a really interesting item. I'm going to go ahead and show you what it is, and then I'm going to tell you the backdrop story about it, which I thought was really cool. This is a baby monitor system by VTech, and it's brand new. When we bought it, it was brand new in the box, and so had a customer reach out to me through eBay and tell me this little story. She is a nurse in an intensive care unit in a hospital, and they're actually using baby monitors as communication devices between the patient that's sitting in ICU and the outside. Now, I don't necessarily know all the details, so I'm not even going to make any assumptions on, questions about how communication should be done in a hospital and all that. All I know is this particular lady reached out to me and asked me if I'd be willing to take a little bit of a lower offer on what I had this listed for, and just due to the fact that I appreciate so much the folks out there on the front lines. I accepted her offer, gave her a big warm thank you, and this is going out to her, and I really hope that these work well for what their intended purpose is. And I think that's just an awesome story to be able to share with you guys about how things are really happening behind the scenes that maybe we as healthy people in quarantine don't know about, all the logistics that are going on. We hear all the negative side of everything that's being reported, but we rarely ever hear some good positive stories. And so I'm really hoping this turns into a positive story for that nurse and that hospital. All right, moving right along. A while back, I was, before reselling days, I picked up a few items that I myself wanted to work on. And these are like metal earth models that you can put together. And this one here is a Sherman tank from World War II. And it's real intricate, and the pieces are, you can see, fit in a very thin packaging there. But anyway, they're made out of metal, little pieces of metal, and you put it together and it looks like this in the end if you know what you're doing. And so anyway, decided that I didn't want to get into that right now and decided to sell mine, and I've got like 3 or 4 listed on my store. This one sold for $12.99 plus shipping, and by the way, I don't think that I told you how much the baby monitor sold for. That was $13.99 plus shipping. Here's another item that's been listed on my store for quite a number of months now. This is called the Houdini electric corkscrew, and this was brand new when I picked it up in the package, and that's going out the door for $13.99 plus shipping. And then vintage. You know how vintage things sell, right? If you can find some vintage items, guys, always pick them up, especially if they're in decent shape. This is a vintage 1984 version game of Battleship. Now, there's not really a whole lot of differences I've noticed in the Battleship games as a whole, but it's just the fact that this one came from '84. It does have some graphics that would kind of give it away to let you know that it's old school. This Battleship game is going out the door for $16.99 plus shipping. You've heard me say many times on my channel to always be on the lookout, not for just vintage items, but you've also heard me say be on the lookout for things that are different. So this is one of those items. This is, I'm gonna do my best to pronounce Oliva, and it's a cigar box, okay? I actually found 3 of these in a local Goodwill, and they were in really good condition, and they actually still have the stamp on them from the country they came from, and these are coming out of Nicaragua. So I found 3 of these. I sold them all as one lot, and they're going out the door for $14.99 plus shipping. So this is a DeWalt drill, and this particular drill had 2 batteries, a charger, and a case with it. I remember when I listed it, I said, this is going to go fast. Sure enough, it did. In less than 2 hours, it was gone. And that drill's going out the door for $49.99. And by the way, that is just the drill and this battery and the original bit that came with it. I'm going to piece out the other battery, the charger, and the case separately. So that'll be on my store if you're looking to purchase any of those items. And that's going to do it for now for what's sold. And this, by the way, is last evening's sales and one for this morning already. And we can't wait to see what the rest of the day holds. You know, games and puzzles, guys, I'm telling you, they continue to do well. First item we're going to talk about is poker chips. So I found this box of poker chips in out thrifting and Goodwill, you know, back before all this quarantine started and all. And these are some really good quality poker chips. They're real thick and heavy. They're not your typical, I don't think they're clay, but I think they're a lot better quality than your regular, you know, plastics that you can buy today at Walmart for cheap. But it looks like they sold for $6.99 for a lot of those. Okay, so next up, as I said, games are doing well. And here is a Star Wars Sorry game. Really cool. And that went out the door for $15.99 plus shipping. Believe it or not, you know, there are like hot ticket items right now for people who are cooped up at home, and you kind of put your common sense together and figure out what people are looking for. But I really thought clothes were going to kind of drop out of the picture for a while until everything kind of got back to normal. Wasn't real sure how they would do, but they're continuing to sell for us piece by piece. Nothing big, nothing huge and as far as numbers, but they're continuing to sell. So the next item up we've sold is this short sleeve. Fat Farm is the name of the company that produces this shirt, and this is a 3XL, and this is going out the door for $16.99 plus shipping. Now, many of you watch Commonwealth Picker, and he is infamous for saying, if in doubt, part it out. And I want to bring him in just a second because I was watching one of his last videos, and at the same time that he was talking about parting out pieces to a Nerf gun, I made a parted out sale at the same time, and I always thought that was really crazy. And so I think each of you out there who are resellers, you've learned this, and we piece things out and make some good money. Well, that's what happened here. I bought a drill a while back, and I just got to the point where I wasn't using it very often, and decided that I was going to go ahead and get rid of it because I had gotten another drill with some newer technology that I liked better. And I decided I was going to get rid of the drill. So I had the drill, I had 2 batteries, a charger, and the box that it came in. And in this video, you will see where I've already sold the drill. And now I have parted out and sold the charger and a battery by itself. And this is going out the door for $26.99. So Kevin's right. I mean, you know, you can really play your game smart here, and you can part some things out. I'm actually filming, but I'm looking over here at some items that I've got where I bought games and then got them home and realized that all the pieces and parts weren't there. So I'm going to be obviously getting into those and seeing if I can find some comps online for selling some pieces. I do know that I have a mousetrap game over there, so I'm looking at maybe trying to see if there's something that I could do with the mousetrap game. We were also fortunate enough a while back to be able to find a vintage Fisher-Price family home. And I tell you what, let me show you that real quick. Okay, so everybody remember these when you were a kid? This was made in 1969. And yours truly was born in 1969. So in case you don't know, that was an awesome year. Yeah. And so when we bought this, though, we picked it up. We didn't realize what was inside. We opened it up, and there were all kinds of parts and pieces that went along, not with just the home, but with some of the other Fisher-Price items as sold separately. Pieces and parts were in here as well, so we were able to get this for a really good price and then find some other things. One of the things that I did is I took some of those pieces and parted them out and sold them as a lot. And so here are 2 of the little cars and then an entire family that went with the house. And that house is going to sell with its own family, but here's a lot, and I've got another lot that I'm going to be selling once this one's sold, or those sold now, but I'm going to be listing that other one. So that went out the door for $7.99 plus shipping. We had that Star Wars game, and now we have this game called Stare. This is going out the door for $11.69, and I think the reason for the odd numbers again is because the sales on my games are 10% off. Okay, now a while back you remember me talking about how I did the little infomercial and showed you on the last video of an item that we picked up that I thought would be really good for you guys. And it was this Holy Sanctuary New Living Translation Bible, and it's dramatized on CD. And that sold right away. Didn't take long. And that went out the door for $9.99 plus shipping. Okay, so we have lots of books, just like we have lots of games. I've got an entire, in front of me, you can't see, shelf full of books. So we did sell a book from the shelf, and it's called 30 Seconds Over Tokyo. This is a story, an actual story from a real Air Force pilot that went on bombing missions over Tokyo. And this book is dated all the way back to, let me see here. Here's a picture of the pilot, and his name was Ted Lawson, and this book is dated 1943. And so I love selling these old little books like this. They don't weigh much, and they go out media mail, so that's always nice. And that went out the door for $8.99 plus shipping. So we had another item sale from our consignment with Commonwealth Picker. We call it the Tag Team Duo. And we sold another pair of jeans, men's jeans. And so what I'd like to do, those jeans sold for, it looks like $26.99. And what I want to do now is show you a little bit of how many items have sold so far. We've got about 7 items. And we've got a total of $173.93 total. And so I just wanted to kind of update everybody on where we are with that. So that's going to wrap it up for now. This is Patriot Picker, and we will catch you guys again on the flip side.